Okay, we're gonna try this and see. I'm actually thinking I probably shouldn't start it until after I'm like out of the neighborhood, but we'll see. So we're driving, but you're in a container. Look, hands-free, kids are buckled. I'm in gear. That was horrible. I had to take you out of my otter box to put you in the holder, so we'll see how this works. We are headed to Walmart. I was there yesterday, but I'm putting a box together for John and I forgot something. So we're gonna go to a different Walmart. And I also need to go to Once Upon a Child for some pants for Brooke. So I have half an hour to talk to you guys. I really hope I don't take a half an hour, but we all know I could. And this is easier like as a sit-down video than a sit-down video at home because of kids. So I began reading my law enforcement books. I think I mentioned them a video or two ago, and I started reading A Chip on My Shoulder. You need to stop. A Chip on My Shoulder, and I got through the preface and the foreword, and I just don't have time to read, but I need to read because my vocabulary is shrinking by the minute, so I need to read. But the foreword of this book was from a law enforcement chaplain, and he talked about how most couples come into this lifestyle. You either are a couple like John and I were before you got married and then went into law enforcement, or you are a significant other marrying into law enforcement. Your significant other is already established as an officer. Oh, this lighting is gonna be horrible. We're not getting gumballs. So, stop. Well, they're not gumball coins. Oh my gosh, people don't get over for the merge thing. No, we're not. And there's a whole bunch of snow flying off this bus. Fantastic. I might not be able to do this if my kid keeps whining. Quit whining. And the whole thing is that law enforcement academies spend so much time training the officer, and training for survival, and training for shooting, and training for all kinds of threats, and memorizing and knowing all the laws, and learning the law book. Colorado has a law book, and it's literally probably this thick. It's sitting on John's dresser right now. And he had to go through that. And no, he doesn't have it like all memorized, but that's like the reference. When you need to look something up, you go to that, and it lists out all the numbers and letters and what is that? Additions, I don't know. So anyway, they spend all this time in the academy learning how to be a police officer, but the academies don't spend any time, and maybe John can correct me on this, but I'm pretty sure the academies don't spend any time training them for life, for family life. And what do you do when you go home to your wife, your spouse, your family, you know? How do you live like that? How do you relate? I don't think I'm going the speed limit. Yes, I am. Yes, I was. Okay, I am going the speed limit. This person's just being rude. So, and the whole thing was, people come into the law enforcement lifestyle and think that, oh, you can be a law enforcement officer, you know, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. while you're on shift, but when you get home, you're done. You can turn it off, and now you're my husband, and now you're the dad, and, you know, it's done. And what people don't realize is that's not the case. That's not the case. Your law enforcement officer is a law enforcement officer graduate that academy, once they get that badge, once they're out on the road, or even if they work in the jail or something, or detention center, they're a cop. And that is part of them now. It's not something that they turn off and on. And so they might come home, you know, after shift. And yeah, they're dad now, so maybe y'all can figure out how to make dad and husband more than the police officer. But it's never going to stop. They're always going to be aware. They're probably going to carry their gun. I don't know many law enforcement officers off duty that don't carry. There are some, but not many. They're always going to want to sit, you know, in that seat in the restaurant that faces the door where they can see everything. That's always going to be part of them. They're always going to want to help the people pulled over on the side of the road. They're always a cop. And now here's the thing. If they're hyper vigilant, like they're pulling over to help everyone on the side of the road no matter what you as a family are doing, or they're listening to their radio all day long, or they're calling and texting about stuff that's going on at work while they should be home, that could become an issue, and y'all need to talk about that. But don't expect that 6 o'clock comes around, or whenever he gets off shift, whenever he gets home from shift, and boom, he's a different human being. That's not how it's going to work. And you have to understand that. And you have to understand that he's going to miss holidays. He's going to miss birthdays. He's going to miss anniversaries. He's going to miss date nights. He's going to be late a lot. I mean, even working in the jail, John was late coming home a lot. And I used to get so angry at him because he was late. And I don't know exactly when my mindset changed. Like, I can't say like, oh, it was in 2013 or whatever. Actually, I'm thinking it probably was in 2014 when he went off to basic training. I'm talking about all police officers. I think it was probably when he came back from basic training and tech school that I was just so happy to have him home that it wasn't worth getting angry about anymore. But I can't say for sure. But I used to get so angry that he was coming home late and destroying or disrupting bedtime and dinner time, and I would have to do 2 different meals, one for him and one for the kids, and I was doing bedtime alone again, you know, and it just got really aggravating. But the thing you have to think of is they're not choosing to stay most of the time. 90% of the time, if you have a, you know, reputable spouse, they're not choosing to stay unless things are bad at home and they'd rather stay. But if things are good at home, they're not choosing to stay at work. Now, if they're choosing to stay at work, you all need to talk about that too. But fortunately, that's never been a thing for John. If he's had to stay past at work to talk to someone, he's told me, you know, to hang out late tonight, or I need to go talk to this person, or I need to talk to this person, that's fine. But he doesn't do that all the time. His is more, he gets a call, he gets an accident, he gets a speeder. You know, back when he was working for the sheriff's office, he got called like an hour or so before he was supposed to be off work, and they were chasing a teenager through the woods. Like, you know, they can't help that, okay? They cannot help that 5 minutes before they got off shift, they're chasing somebody through the woods. Like, that is not something, they don't have an option. They don't have an option to be like, guys, I'm gonna be home in 10 minutes. I can't do this. That's not, no, I'm sorry, that doesn't work. So, you know, he doesn't call off shift. John doesn't call off shift when he is working until he gets into our driveway. So if he's around the corner from our house, 5 minutes from calling off shift, sorry, the road is bumpy here, and he sees someone who's very much probably intoxicated, or, you know, has someone fly past him at 100 miles an hour, he can't just ignore that. That would be not doing his duty. So there's gonna be times like that. He'll text me, you know, we have a system now, he just texts me, gonna be late. If he has a little bit more time, he can tell me why, like, got an accident, gonna be late, or writing a ticket, gonna be late. But sometimes it's literally just gonna be late. And I don't question, well, how late? Are you gonna be an hour late? Are you gonna be 2 hours late? I don't question it. Let me know, you know, sometimes I'll say, okay, love you, be safe. Let me know when you're on your way home. That way I can start, like, warming up your dinner or something like that. But I don't question it. I don't, like, pace by my phone, you know, or in my bedroom, or don't do anything because he's late and now I don't know what to do. You just go on with life. And yeah, it sucks. Oh my gosh. When you have to do dinner and bedtime 5 nights in a row, because every night there has been something that has kept him late. That sucks, but that's not his fault. If they're not, you know, if they're not doing it on purpose, if they're staying at the office to chat with people and, you know, shoot with people, then you might need to talk. But I've never had that problem, so I can't speak on that right now. I'm just saying it's not worth it, and you need to realize, and then you can start helping extended family realize that there's gonna be birthdays he misses, there's gonna be vacations he misses, there's gonna be anniversaries and holidays. 1 year, John worked every holiday. Another year, we had to reschedule a 2-week long vacation that we were planning because he had to work a motorcycle. What is it called? I don't know, I'll have to look. A motorcycle rally. And he was told, you can't go on vacation without consequence. You have to stay here and help. So we had to postpone our vacation. Like, only a week, but still, most wives who are new to this lifestyle or have high expectations freak out at that. And even wives on my Facebook, on my law enforcement Facebook pages that I have read, some of the more seasoned wives still get upset about it. And it's just like, that is the law enforcement life. So if you are not ready to deal with broken plans, missed events, and your husband coming home late, or even going in on their day off, because that happened a lot in the sheriff's office. They were so short-handed that he got called in. There's a bald eagle, you guys. What? What? No way. I didn't know. I mean, I guess I should have known. A bald eagle. A beautiful, what? That was awesome. Well, my day is made now. He was just soaring above the highway like nothing to it. That was cool. I don't think I've ever seen a bald eagle, you know, in person, out in the wild. I don't know. So I'm just saying, if you even think, and you could, like, I was totally, well, that's good. I was totally prepared. Tunnel! For the lifestyle. I've known since John and I were dating that, why are we slowing down? That he wanted to be a police officer. And I totally thought I was ready. Totally prepared. I was not. I don't think you ever can be. You, even no matter how much you're aware of things like this, I don't think you can be prepared for the lifestyle at all. It's such a change. You have to get used to it. But if you come into it thinking that nothing has to change, that everything is going to be hunky-dory perfect, you might have a problem. So I'm just warning you, like, if you are willing to work on it, and it might take, you know, a week, a month, a couple months, a year, a couple years, no matter how long it takes you to finally get adjusted and comfortable with it, if you're not willing to even work on that, this is not the life for you. And I honestly would not make your spouse miserable because you can't accept their lifestyle. You know what I mean? Or if you're already married and they're thinking of it, you really need to pray, and make sure you want to do, because it's hard. And like this guy was saying, and I haven't even got to the first chapter yet, like this guy was saying, people come into this lifestyle thinking nothing has to change. It's just this, you know, maybe they come in with this glamorous idea of, oh, my husband's a police officer, and it's like, sweetheart, another tunnel, sweetheart. Don't glamorize this lifestyle, because it sucks. And that's all I'm trying to say. Why is it getting darker? I guess the lights, oh, I see, they had like different color lights on. That's weird. Take these off. Button. Did you see the button? Cool. I don't know what it is, but they work inside this tunnel, and when they come out of the tunnel, they have to run across the road to push a button. I think it changes like lights and stuff so that people slow down, so the people coming out of the tunnel can come out safely. I don't know, but she's button. Yep, there's the button. Two buttons. Yes, they have one for each one. Ooh, bright light. So I don't know. That's my little thing, and I know it's probably not as encouraging as I intended it to be. But maybe it is. I'm so over sugarcoating things. Like, just be prepared. If you're thinking about this lifestyle, if you're in this lifestyle, maybe you're in this lifestyle and having a hard time with it, you just have to get used to it. You have to learn how to let it roll off your shoulders. If nothing is wrong, you know, I cannot speak for people who have had home trouble. I cannot speak to people who have had any kind of work trouble. We have been blessed with, you know, no home trouble, no work trouble. So I can't attest to if something is wrong at work or at home, what you do then. And honestly, I hope I never do. But I don't know, that's just my little police talk for the day while we drive, is be prepared for this lifestyle. Don't come into it thinking you can change it. Don't come into it thinking you can mold it and control it, because it most definitely controls you. And the longer you get into it, you know, the easier it gets, and the more seniority your spouse gets, the more that they can say no to different things or get the shift that they want. Our department, you don't choose a shift. You rotate every, I want to say every 3 months. You go from a day, do they have a swing shift? A day to swing to night, or any combination of those. And then they also get to tell you when you come in and when you leave, so you can work 4, 5, 6 p.m. for 10 hours, you know. So we don't get to choose our shifts. But maybe you could say no to extra work or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying, this lifestyle is not for the faint of heart, especially when it comes to being married to it. Stay strong. Stay safe. Sheep! Longhorn sheep. I love where we live. I loved where we used to live too, but I saw a bald eagle here. That was awesome. Anyway, you guys, if you have any questions, I'm always willing to talk about law enforcement stuff. I hope this was encouraging a little bit. As always, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'm going to stop talking now because I'm hitting 20 minutes. And I will talk to you all